We are reading through the book of Matthew this month, taking a chapter a day. And with each day, I am posting a video clip, giving a thought or two about the piece of the day, not trying to give extensive, detailed analysis that could take volumes and a long time, but just trying to give a nugget to think about. Today, we are on Matthew 19. I want to highlight a section that in most Bibles that have little section headers would be Jesus counsels a rich young ruler, starting in verse 16. When this rich young ruler comes to Jesus saying, "Good teacher, what good things shall I do to have eternal life?" Jesus says, "You know the commandments, follow them." Then the guy says, "Well, which ones?" Jesus says, "You shall not murder, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness, honor your father and mother, you shall love your neighbor as yourself." So obviously he's giving a very short, just a few of them. He's not giving all the laws of the Old Testament, all of God's instructions. But the man makes a bold statement in verse 20. "All these things I have kept from my youth." In other words, from a very young age. What still do I lack? Now that's a really bold statement. He's basically said, I have followed every law in the Old Testament, all the laws of Moses, everything to the letter of the law. I've been perfect as far as that's concerned. That's what he's saying. Very, very bold statement. Even today, that would be just incredible to think about, that somebody would be able to make such a statement honestly. Jesus says, if you want to be perfect, go, sell what you have and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come and follow me. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. This is where we find out that he was rich. And it was clear he hadn't followed all of them, because one of them says, "You shall have no other gods before me," in the Ten Commandments. And apparently for him, his wealth was greater than his love for God. He went away sad. What about for people today? That is one of the biggest struggles for people today. Focusing on wealth, focusing on possessions, putting these things as higher priorities than we do God. Those things will certainly be between us and God if that's where we put them. Let's not do that. Let's make sure that in our lives, God is number one, that we don't put money or any possession we have, our favorite car or our house that we take care of, our pristine gardens or whatever that might be. None of that's more important than the kingdom of heaven. And when we cling to those things so tightly, we are clinging to them more than loving our neighbor, using them to help love our neighbor.